Yeah.
I know, it's been a minute. Y'all haven't seen me in mad long, and I feel bad. You know, it just feels weird to record again after so long. It's been like, what, 2 months? My fault. I had to go on a little hiatus because I had some personal shit that was just stopping me from recording and, just doing the whole regular routine. And I had a couple videos that were prepared for y'all. Couldn't get the motivation to edit them and then put them up. So I still have them. I might edit them and put them up eventually. But I also had a few videos planned that I was gonna record and try to get myself back into the rhythm of uploading consistently. But it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. I'm working on something for y'all. It's a poetry project that I'm working on. Kind of small, kind of big. It's big in terms of like work, but the work is tedious, so it's nothing difficult. It's just gonna take me a little bit. So once I'm finished with that, it'll be on my Instagram page, and it'll be the extended version, like the full version, will be on my YouTube channel. But really, what brought me back was I missed it. Like, I missed this whole setup. I missed how much it helped me. I forgot just why I started recording. I was on an episode of the Whole Phase podcast with two very dope people I follow on Instagram.
Okay. So I lost my virginity in the shower and like.
Oh,
That's so
funny.
awesome.
That's why you be posting mad shower thirst traps.
That's so good in the shower.
That's why.
That's better than my first time.
In the back of.
Now my first time was alright, because I have this problem where most of the time, like 9 times out of 10, if I'm fucking, I'm either fucking filling.
Both of their personal pages and the Whole Face podcast page will be in the description, and they're probably up on the screen if I remember. If I don't remember, then I'm gonna watch this now. Yeah, nigga, I see you. Don't worry. Yo, bro, I remember, but you see, I'm not finna do all that right now. Like, you just came back, now you asked me to do all these edits? Nah, that's a dub. But I was on an episode of their podcast yesterday, and I've been trying to get on that podcast for a minute. I was very happy to be there. It was very fun. I got to listen back to that and see just how I sounded, because I haven't listened to it yet, but in the moment, it was great. I was there answering the questions, giving my opinion on the topics and everything, and then when we went off air, I felt like, yo, I still have a lot more to say. Like, that's it? Can I come back on next week? Like, I still have more to say. And it made me realize, actually, it made me re-realize the whole reason why I made my channel was for me to talk, was for me to get all these thoughts off my chest, was to put everything into the universe and really see what the fuck is going on. Because right now, I am a completely different person than the person you saw 2 months ago in my last video. Everything has changed. My mindset is slightly different, but it's different to a point where I no longer think of anything the same. It may be just a slight difference, but that slight difference is enough to make you hesitate during certain situations and make you stop doing certain actions. Like, I can't have meaningless sex anymore. If you saw any of my older videos, you'd probably be surprised. Like, I mean, shit. Any version of myself from those videos, hearing this now, would be like,
what? Come on, bro. You know you like the pound of cheese. Like, what are you talking about?
But now it's like, I can't do that shit no more. Like, I want more. Well, I don't even know if I want more. I'm just not satisfied. So I assume that I need that connection now. So I wouldn't say that's what I'm looking for, but that's what I'm hoping to find. I'm also in a different place creatively, because before, when I was recording, I was very art heavy. I was drawing all the time, getting all my prints done and everything, and my poetry kind of took a back step, and I had to kind of force myself to work on my book Hopeless Romantic, and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm writing every now and then, and putting it all together in this book is going to be dope, blah, blah, blah. But then as I started to shift mentally, my creativity shifted along with it. So I decided, you know what? You're always like stopping everything you're doing just to draw something that's in your mind. Sometimes it doesn't even happen. You just sit down at your desk, start drawing, and then kind of leave it to the side. So, like, you know what? I'm not doing that no more. I'm going to take a break from the art. I'm not doing any more commissions. I'm just going to focus on what I want to do. Within that time, I also put a poll on my Instagram. If you're not following my Instagram, then please follow my Instagram, because that's where I'm on most of the time. And, you know, sometimes I ask questions, sometimes I do polls. And now if I'm back on a consistent uploading and recording schedule, then I'll ask more questions so that I can focus on it in a full video. But I put a poll on my Instagram asking my followers, do you want to see Hope is Romantic, which is a book about the ups and downs of my love life. And it's a very beautiful personal book. And then another beautiful personal book, The Illusion of Happiness, which is the book that I wrote in college when I was dealing with like the worst of my mental health. Well, I don't know if I could say it was the worst anymore, because I don't know, this summer has been kind of hard so far, but it definitely has a lot more ups than I had back when I was in college. So I can't really complain. Life is all ups and downs. So there's that book, and that book is a lot more personal. And I've only read, there's 3 chapters, and I've only read the first chapter so far. And the way it's laid out, it's like each chapter you go, the worse my mental state gets. And going through that first chapter, I was like, oh yeah, this is great. You know, my poetry is beautiful. I really gotta focus on it more, blah, blah, blah. This is great. And then as I'm going down, I begin to realize, I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. That was just the good shit. I'm reminiscing on the good memories right now. So as I got to chapter 2, I kind of stopped. Like, once I saw that I made it to chapter 2, because I'm going down editing all the poems, taking out the ones that I don't really like, putting in new ones, and, you know, fixing some grammar errors, all that. So once I got to chapter 2, I'm like, okay, I'm done for the night. And then I haven't gone back to it since. It's only been a couple of days. I'm definitely gonna get back to it, but it's just I realized maybe the day after that from now on, when I go back to my book to read and to write, it's not gonna be the same lighthearted poems anymore. It's gonna be reminders of everything that I really was going through back then. So that's probably the biggest reason why I was hesitant to put it out, because I knew I'd have to go back and read it. But now at this point in my life, I'm like, I gotta put it out. I have to give it to you guys. I'm not the only one who goes through shit like this, and there's a lot of people who's going to college now, and it would be good to, you know, see others' perspective, because some of y'all might be going through the same shit. You might read my poems and you might relate to a lot of the dark shit, and I wouldn't really wish that upon anybody. But if that's what you're going through, then I would love to, you know, give you the comfort of knowing that it's definitely not just you. It's me. It's definitely me too. And there's a lot more people suffering like us on the low. Now that doesn't mean I took a whole break off of my art. You feel me? I can never fully do that. It's impossible for me. So I have taken it upon myself to make more prints, because I want to give y'all options, you know. And I have these, and these were good, but I wasn't making them myself, and that led to me having to charge y'all like more than I really wanted to. I couldn't make them as fast as I wanted to. I couldn't make them how I wanted to. You know, it's just a bunch of bullshit that you gotta go through. So I started making my own prints. Tell me these shits aren't waiting. All these prints are available on my website. You know, there's the gentleman print. Of course, you guys have seen that. If you follow me on Instagram, Afro on Instagram, it's right there. Then you know this one I really just made yesterday, my Going Bananas print. I got the Temptation print. You know, keep this one in mind, because I'm about to show y'all something else. Got the Big Chop print. What else? Phases. What else? I changed the name of this one to Masked Emotions, actually. So, hold on. There's this one. Come on. It's options. If you want to get one for yourself, you can check out my website at afroartisan.com. You know, here they all are. This is the shop page. I haven't added the Going Bananas and the Gentleman piece yet, of course, because I just made those last night in order to give them to the lovely women of the Whole Face podcast. Here's the home page. And here's my About Me section. It's the same one from my last website, because I felt like I wrote that shit pretty well. You know, I put my English... what would have been my English degree to good work. I just wanted to show y'all this picture, because for some reason I really love this picture. And it's a good segue into what else I'm going to show y'all, because there's something missing from this. What's missing, you may ask? My new tattoo, nigga. I finally got a new tattoo. I've been trying to get this one for a minute. Let me see if I can get a better angle for y'all. Hold on. It feels good to finally have, you know, my own art on me. And I already know exactly what I'm doing for my next one. And it's going to be one of my own pieces as well. I'm just waiting a little bit because I don't want to just, you know, slap another one on. And my parents be like, you order? Because they know. This is my 8th tattoo now. They know that it's not going to stop. But out of respect to them and because I don't want to hear them chatting all the time. I like to space my shits out. So, plus it's easier in my pockets, to be honest with you. But it feels good, you know, to finally have it. And I was going to do a whole video on, you know, me getting it, what it means to me, and all that. But once I finally had the tattoo, there's a lot of things that happened in between deciding to get it, setting up the appointment, and then finally having it completed. So it was just like that whole process was discouraging. And once it finally came down to making the video, I was like, you know what, I really don't. I'm just not in the mood. I just don't have the motivation for it, like I said. But it feels good to be in front of the camera again, you know? I forgot how therapeutic it was to actually speak. Like, I think of myself as my own therapist, which not everybody should do. It depends on who you are. It might work better for you. I don't even know how well it works for me, but I know that there's a lot of times where I really figure out shit that's going on in my life when I look at it from a third person's perspective. That's about it. I just wanted to show my face, let y'all know that I'm still alive, and let y'all know that I'm still here for you, even though it's been a minute. And hopefully I can keep this good mood up so I can edit the joint and put it out in a timely fashion. So I'm gonna be back regardless. Even if this goes up like fucking 2 weeks from now, once this goes up, I'm gonna be back on some type of schedule. Maybe not the same every week that I usually do. I might have to give myself a little more time to adjust, get myself back into the process of presenting myself. Regardless, I'll be back. So stay tuned. Deuces.